Once good, everything is normal. Here it comes. Today we talk about the coin circle. I'm a newcomer to the capital market, including macro capital markets, including the coin ring, was seen by these later children as grandfathers. It's just fucking me. I'm not old, but I'm tall. Well, I'm not old. I grew up in that scratch. I didn't scratch much. I'm growing on my wrist. So they treat me like a grandfather. On the one hand, my show, 7, 7, 8. On the other hand, it's always trying to find out what grandpa can't do in a few words, to prove that their children and grandchildren are better than their grandfather. This is especially true for newcomers to the coin ring. And the vast number of democratic progressives also come to my channel to see me. And then the final conclusion is, I am a big foreign propaganda sent by the Communist Party. Yeah, well, I can understand you. Because we came out. We all came out because we weren't satisfied with the land, right? If I'm happy with the Communist Party, I'm not the meat joint factory sausage workshop, pigs who are working on time every day. Then I will not leave China. As we all know, I left China very early in 2011 and 2012 because I am the first one in the Chinese capital circle to feel that I am a happy pig with everything. But I work in a meat joint factory. Unfortunately for the sausage production plant, this sausage is not halal, not beef sausage and lamb sausage. It's a fucking pork sausage. I was the first to feel it. To put it bluntly, I'm because, one is a horse article. Shaozi God tree, Iron Divine tree. He has such a bridge waiting for me in the future of my life. Just let me go to jail. I didn't believe it at the time, because he said I pay more than 10 worms. I feel like I'm still a long way off. But by 2011, I don't think I'm that far behind Shi Chong. Kind of close, so I, kept this in my mind. Another particularly important thing is that in my life and business, I especially admire Mr. Li Ka-shing. I think Li Ka-shing is one of the most important business wizards in the world. He's like Xiaoyang's metaphysical status in the world, Li Ka-shing's position in business. So after Li Ka-shing talked to Xi Jinping once, Li Ka-shing left when he was a stranger, selling off assets in Beijing and Shanghai, so at that time, a bunch of idiots, including Pan Xi, that is to say, Li Ka-shing is stupid. Well, I'm the one who started emigrating, and because of the background of our family, immigration is very easy. That little bird said I was in prison. His nonsense, because you can't do immigration in prison. Everyone with a little social experience knows. Canadian background check conference. And you have no criminal evidence. You've been in prison. How can there be no proof of crime? You can't drive it. You're a fake. It's called fraud. Once it's over, one report is over. So, I was the first to immigrate. I immigrated out in 2011 and 2012. China is rising sharply in an upward cycle. The real turning point in China is in 2019. The epidemic was the real inflection point. The previous words rose sharply. Right, Grace is absolutely right. It's a no-crime proof you can't open. You are like Beijing. Do you like we are Beijing registered permanent residents? Beijing Hukou, Shanghai Hukou. You can't drive out. Your small county may still be operational and accommodating. But you can't handle Beijing and Shanghai. Well then, we'll just, go on. So, because we're not happy with the land, so we just came out. So after coming out, a lot of people went to the other extreme. Because dissatisfaction with the Communist Party and dissatisfaction with China and dissatisfaction with the Chinese. And then there's dissatisfaction with the Chinese, with their genes. Genetically, they fundamentally deny their origins. Make up for yourself what kind of Mongolian you are. The Mongols of Zhangjiagang. The Mongols of Zhangjiagang. And then the Naya with Sichuan's surname Ma accent. All I can say is that I can understand them, but standing on the moon and looking at the earth, standing at my height to see the earth, I think they are all men. In the eyes of all earthlings, you are a Chinese. Because the Communist Party has now assembled the Chinese Communist Party. They kidnapped China. But from our roots, let's not forget where we came from. If you say that, Lao Wang, you were kidnapped by the Communist Party? You see, your friends who interact with each other on the internet, friends who have a good relationship with your online friends, they're all black. That's right, that's because the realm is different, so I have more money than them. It's as simple as that. They basically ran out empty-handed. I may have lost my 90%, then I'll, eat 2 bags. 2 or 3 bags are fine. Then why? I'm not bragging anymore. What does that mean? Let's not forget our roots. Because even if each of us comes out rich, each and every one of us, we don't have a generation of relationships. The relationship between the generations is in China, right? Do you really want a flood in China? You really want the floods there? Drown 0.5 billion people? Is it possible? Isn't the person who died close to you? So you can't be without humanity. Nor can it be without reason. It is better to be anti-communist. Anti-dictatorship is good. Humanity and reason must return. Remember, this is all about sex. Human nature, rational arrival, sex. This is the 3 views I want to output through my channel. It is better for us to be anti-communist, whether we support the fight against dictatorship. This is absolutely correct. But remember that you must maintain your humanity and your reason. Without humanity and without reason, to oppose violence with violence, opposing another irrationality with rationality, then I can't support you. You're not my audience. Get lost. Why? Because once you're on stage, you are worse than the Communist Party. It really is. At least the Communist Party has been tossing about for 50 or 70 years. He has formed the rules. In other words, he must eat better than you bastards. You bastards are all about the flood. What the fuck are the drawings? How can you provide a democratic system and a legal system? A legal system. I'm not as good as you guys. If you think I am better than you, then you should think with your asses. Because your brains are full of shit. So you guys think with your ass. Did you grow backwards? The lower side of the mouth to eat the upper lip is really to maintain rational regression and balance. So when I talk about China negotiating with Blinken didn't win big. Blinken doesn't have a red carpet. Blinken. The expression at that time was very awkward. It can be said to be on pins and needles. Not coming either, not coming nor. With Blinken on his front foot, Tesla, the son of the United States, was treated more than Blinken in Zhongnanhai. What does this mean? After I tell everyone the truth, I can't accept it. Why? Because your humanity hasn't returned. Reason has not returned. You fucking want to hear what you want to hear. You just want to hear your idol like Lao Wang say. Lao Wang. Blinken wins again. Won the hemp. The United States has won. China will surely die. In 2016, the Red Sheep Festival will be the Red Horse Festival. It was the day of the heavens. Is 2024 almost over? Was it in 2024? 2 years before the Black Rabbit entered the Qinglong cave. Did the grandsons say that the Black Rabbit walked into Qinglong Den? It was the day the fucking Communist Party fell. Then the Black Rabbit walked into the Qinglong cave. Now that the dragon has reached the dragon's body, Black Rabbit at Qinglong Point. Is that what happened last spring festival? Nothing happened, right? Then, he said that the year 2020 will be a great year. Before that, it was said that 2012 would be a great year. The sky is not turned over with the mouth. The sky is turned with this thing. Is there any? They've been out for 20 or 30 years. Have they done it? Did they do anything serious? The left hand is money. The right hand is a gun. This can be heavens. If only by one mouth to turn the sky. There is no future in human history. There will be no bala days turned over bala bala bala. You won't even be happy with your wife. You have to click. Therefore, the audience of my channel must remember. Everyone must remember. What we're going to promote through this channel again is reason and humanity. We don't get into politics. Of course, we'll gag them and give them a few words, send a few words. But we hope that we want the people of that land to be happy and peaceful. Get fair treatment. We also want the dictators of that land to receive wisdom and God's salvation. If God exists, I hope God can save their dirty souls. Save these lost lambs. Amen. And then my channel. What I feel very sorry for everyone is that my channel has a large number of high-quality viewers. This is definitely a feature of my channel. High-quality audiences are such audiences, whether in terms of money or social experience. High-quality audience friends. I kept leaving interactive messages in the comment area and the live message area, including my emails. wjz578gmail.home is a library. I haven't answered many emails from high-quality viewers. Any high-quality mail that you have. For example, our Shanghai General Manager Chen. There are also some, my peers or juniors in the financial world who I can't name, including letters written to me by some founding figures in the coin circle. In fact, each episode can be a separate program. This is Lao Wang said I must control the rhythm of my production. If I really put all my resources to use YouTube, I can really make 4 or 5 issues a day. This is me. I'm afraid you have indigestion because my powder has a lot of iron powder in it. It's just a strange powder. In that case, indigestion will occur. Who the fuck has time to watch it 5 times a day? 25 minutes at a time. See it 5 times a day. You said you couldn't stand it either. I held on. So I can only control the rhythm, and so much so that there were a lot of letters from the audience. I didn't read it. I learned from Vice Chairman Jai. My audience letters are different. I actually have a letter from the audience in this mailbox, including Vice Chairman Jai. There are 7 letters. So I didn't read it. I just hope everyone can forgive me and don't stop writing because of this. I'll slowly adjust the composition of my channel. Give me a light in front of me, I'll suddenly attack a show. It's just a show. You can watch it if you want, or not. It's your right to see or not, but it's my right to say no. This is one. And, the third feature of my channel is the money-making effect. The money-making effect is obvious. This makes me complacent on the one hand. What I said is true. I said the economic downturn can make money. There is a way to earn money. And I told you about Evergrande property. Evergrande went bankrupt after the law of bankruptcy reorganization. If you remember that episode. What do you think Evergrande's property has become today? You know that if you believe me. When I entered the Evergrande property, maybe 4 to 5 days later, after today you are. Okay, in the economic downturn, you guys flip again. Don't let it go if you double it several times. Evergrande property is a good project, very good business. Because no matter how the economy goes down, how did this real estate company, this group company, go bankrupt? The property departments of these big real estate companies is that he has already built it, the department that collects stable property management fees. It is a high-quality cash flow asset all over the world. Do you think this is the reason? His unfinished building is to be destroyed. The land taken cannot be paid to the government for subsequent, construction, development and construction. It's a bad asset to be broken. But this part of the property was built 15 years ago. That's the property company, is its high-quality asset. Moreover, these large groups have long split up the property companies and listed them. So once they go bankrupt, then this will follow off and down. Just like after Zhao Changpeng was arrested, the whole coin circle follows down. So in the process, it's when you fucking went in there to pick up the leak. But once I say this is a contradiction. Brothers, it's like the anti-communist contradiction. There is a contradiction between anti-republican humanity and rationality. If you're anti-communist, you can't be human and rational. No, because the Communist Party has no humanity and no reason. But, the other one, so you have to balance inside. Then the result of me being like Lao Wang is that I don't eat or touch. Why cover the troubled times? I don't want to be human and rational. Then I'll find a clean place. I'll cool myself off. I'm not gonna talk to you anymore. Well, this is the second. This is the anti-communist side. But you want this money side, don't you? When you secretly watch my channel, what should you learn? You should learn to earn money slowly. Only by earning slowly can you have the potential for big money, and it helps you stay grounded in this restless society. Even if you can make quick money, you might spend it 3 times over. No restless person can truly keep large sums of money. So if you really want financial freedom, just watch my channel. Watch it slowly, savor it slowly. It can truly improve your financial intelligence, including the principles of being a good person. Bitcoin. We all know many people ask Lao Wang to talk about Bitcoin. I've always been joking with everyone. I'm not qualified to talk about Bitcoin because I lost the password to my Bitcoin wallet. And to this day, I can't remember how many Bitcoins. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, damn it, because I was afraid of losing it. I hid it in my home, in the room above the wine cabinet. There's a wooden sailboat model, and I stuffed it inside. Then, when our housekeeper was cleaning, damn it, I guess he threw it away. Maybe. I haven't checked it for years. When I looked for it, I couldn't find it. It's gone. The password is impossible to retrieve. So I invited hackers worldwide. The first task was to crack my wallet password. And the password was based on my mistress's birthday. But at that time, there was no mistress yet. Fuck. So, let's talk about what Bitcoin is. Recall that in textbooks, Bitcoin is called decentralized blockchain ledger, right? Decentralization is its most charming aspect. No government or any deep state can control it. Oh, Bitcoin has investment value. It has value. But I say this is nonsense. Why? Think, haven't there always been decentralized things around you? Things recognized globally. Why don't they appreciate much? Recently, what's appreciated is gold. Why? Gold is created by God. Decentralized. Tell me, who can clone or replicate gold? Which government can replicate gold? But when I talk about gold in troubled times, when you consider investing in gold, all my listeners and my instructors, members ask a question, which is, after we buy this gold, old Wang, where do we put it? Look, everyone knows the Communist Party. The Communist Party sometimes doesn't make sense. If they execute gold holders and exterminate families, and force you to surrender gold at their price, then do you think this is still decentralized? The same goes for Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin itself is a decentralized product, I don't deny that. But once it enters human society has 1,000 ways, 10,000 ways to make centralization appear. Don't you think this is a philosophical level? I don't believe the deep state can't control Bitcoin. They might not control Bitcoin itself, the currency itself, but can't they control the people who hold it? Changpeng Zhao is the example. Where's Changpeng Zhao now? Isn't Changpeng Zhao in prison? He bought a plane ticket to Seattle himself. He went voluntarily, no one forced him. Do you think his IQ is lower than yours? Did he go to Seattle for tourism or family? Wasn't he unbalanced before? Didn't he negotiate before? Why did he fly there voluntarily? An old Chinese saying, choose the lesser of two evils. This world is centralized. The human world is centralized. I tell you, even the world after death, the world of spirits, is also centralized. Even between gods and ghosts, it's centralized, and the hierarchy is even stricter. If you want to create a communist utopia here, to achieve it, to overthrow centralization, and make everyone equal, this market, this world, then after you die, you should continue the revolution. Because after death, your soul faces judgment and recycle in a strict hierarchy. This is the fact. You don't know what you don't know, you're just ignorant. So what to do? Because the designer of this world, who designed and made our reality, including the soul recycle system, built it on centralized code. He has super admin rights, total administrative privileges. So Bitcoin's decentralization is technically correct. It's definitely something Satoshi Nakamoto created. It is truly decentralized in technology, but it needs people to hold it. And where there are people, control is possible. Do you understand, everyone? This is the key to Bitcoin. To understand Bitcoin, you must see this level. This is why I tell you about Bitcoin. Although there's a trend towards central control now. But this Changpeng Zhao incident. Changpeng Zhao got into trouble after the big players started controlling Bitcoin. It's actually good for Bitcoin's market. I'll explain why later, why it's beneficial. If you understand, applause. Because people like me. In China, we're considered old money. I'm old money in China, but not in the West, but the Western old money. And China's old money like me are starting to value Bitcoin. I never gave Bitcoin a second thought before. You know, I never gave Bitcoin a second thought. All my diehard fans know this. From the day I started my Weibo, I thought it was for idiots and punks. But I was the kingpin of Shanghai's underworld, Mr. Huang. Could I, of all people, brawl with Ma Yongzhen? Are you kidding? Mr. Huang gives you a nightclub. You just take a look. So, I completely dismissed Bitcoin. I remember in 2012, I was in Vancouver hunting for antiques. There was a Western antique market then. Sometimes Chinese buyers find rare, fine old items, because foreigners who came over a century ago, they passed things down. After they died, their kids were no good. They'd have an estate sale, sell the house. Many collected paintings and antiques were real. In 2012, I was doing this. The guy dealing in this was my BIT alumni, from the computer science department. Damn, he looked like Bigfoot. You know, it was that era, the pre-2010 era. Those who came to Canada or the US. They came before the 2000 dot-com bubble. They perfectly missed China's economic boom. I just missed the tail end, but they missed the whole thing. So they had a rough time. Too poor even for a haircut. Or a shave. Later, they saw no point. They weren't in the mainstream. Who were they grooming for? So they'd show someone. Their hair was like Jackie Chan's in Drunken Master. That unwashed hairstyle from his youth was right there. Very much like Rambo. And the beard, oh man. Damn, his face was all yellowed buck teeth. Basically, people from that time, don't underestimate them. They were all from top 211 universities, the elite classes of elite schools. Students. So he told me then, Boss Wang, if you really want to invest, I'll tell you a good thing called Bitcoin. 2012. Remember, Bitcoin in 2012. I said I'd heard of Bitcoin in China. Isn't that for idiots? A scam? Hey, no. He said it's 200 renminbi now. He told me $200 each. He meant Chinese yuan then. Yesterday I forgot if it was CAD or RMB. So I looked up the historical price on my computer. Bitcoin hadn't been around for long. I found that just 2 years earlier, people were trading piles of Bitcoin for a pizza. 1 Bitcoin wasn't even worth 2 cents. And you want me to buy at 200? Do you think I'm an idiot? I'm a finance big shot. A financial tycoon. Would I do that? I dismissed it. I didn't buy Bitcoin at 200 renminbi. He said, Old Wang, just buy 100 and try it out. Isn't 20,000 yen just a meal for you? Like, damn, it's nothing. You can insult my character, but you can't insult my intelligence. I absolutely refuse to buy. I absolutely refuse to buy. I damn well didn't buy it. I absolutely didn't buy, folks. So, from then on, I've been keeping an eye on Bitcoin. Damn, because it kept rising every day. It wasn't about $200 anymore, but $2,000, $20,000. Now it's heading for $100,000. I gradually realized, damn, something's wrong. Damn, this reality is slapping me in the face. Since ancient times, humanity hasn't judged right and wrong by good and evil, but by victory. That's when I understood the Bitcoin market. What exactly is Bitcoin? My final, precise definition of Bitcoin is that it's digital gold. Everything besides Bitcoin is digital silver, bronze, or just scrap metal. Digital silver is Ethereum. Digital gold is Bitcoin. Digital bronze is Litecoin, Dogecoin. The rest, well, you can forget them. I'll tell you why to forget them later. This is my perspective from my level, so I only remember digital Bitcoin. Bitcoin is truly decentralized, mined by mining farms. Over these years, back when he told me, you could mine Bitcoin at home. With the best laptop, several a day. One home computer could mine several coins, around 2010, 2012. Later, GPU-based mining rigs appeared. By 2013 to 2015, the mining industry emerged. By 2016 to 2017, during Premier Li Keqiang's internet innovation push, when Bitcoin soared, the mining industry matured. If you mined at home with a PC, you'd lose money. You couldn't mine anymore. Hash rate wasn't enough. What happened later? Mining rigs also started iterating rapidly. Look, I'm a big capital player, but my knowledge is correct, right? If I'm wrong, newbies in crypto, slap me in the face. I won't delete comments. Say, old Wang, you're spouting nonsense again. We're driving cars now. Why keep talking about ox carts? Why keep telling us about raising oxen? Alright, slap me then. Now, mining rig iteration is damn fast. Whether it's NVIDIA or whatever, those GPUs come in piles, with water cooling in low-cost areas. What do you call this? This is a damn arms race. When will this cycle of revenge end? I buy an S19 today, which already cost me 20,000 yen, damn it. You release an S21 tomorrow, are you screwing with me? The S19 can't mine anymore, damn it, because the S21 is out. If it's S21 today, will S23 come out tomorrow? Will S23 be 10 times faster than S21? The speed, damn, bro, when will this revenge cycle end? So, if you enter Bitcoin mining anytime, you've already decided your rig won't recoup its cost. A mining rig costs 20,000 yuan. Damn, at today's Bitcoin price, it'd take 100 months. What's the point of mining then? Mine what? Why are miners disappearing? In a few months, the halving happens. The mining reward gets cut in half. Halving means your 20,000 yuan rig. In 12 months, it'll be like it cost 40,000. On halving day, your effective cost doubles. Am I wrong? After another halving, 80,000. Electricity cost is the same. Now I'm happy with cheap power. But the hash rate halves. Not the hash rate, the mining difficulty doubles. Mining efficiency is halved, and your power cost doubles too. You can't recover the cost. So everyone starts competing on power costs. Russians use nuclear power, it's strong. Small hydropower plants in Guizhou are good, but I heard they got shut down. Everyone's hunting for cheap electricity. But right, places with rich hydropower can still mine. But guys, you think those places, you think the officials there, the ones with power and guns, don't know about it? Will they let you in? I'm not wrong, am I? Wow, so what do we do? Let's hope fusion reactors arrive. Damn, the day fusion comes, we can imagine costs going up again. Because if you have it, others do too, and fusion reactor prices will double for you. So whether it's rig prices, double, compete. Your rig today is worthless scrap in 3 years. Why? It can't mine anything. And the halving has happened, right, leader? It'll happen again? I don't understand the tech, but I think halving will keep happening, because after 2040, there will be no more Bitcoin. Everything will be mined. At this rate, if it's not digital gold, then what is it? So I think what's truly valuable has no clear ceiling. No limit above, that's Bitcoin itself. Got it. All these coins, Manzi, Zongzi, Zhai, are all bullshit. Ah, man. Gold is still the best. Look, my Shi is good too. It's also a metal, same thing. Why? It lacks consensus and tech barriers. In other words, you're just using your own game token. What are you showing off for? Is that even a blockchain? Is it decentralized? You just printed it on your own server. You put it on a chain, make it public, and think it's legit. Damn you. You're a pig with a leak up its nose, pretending to be an elephant, a dead rat in your belt. Posing as a hunter. Shameless. I'll call them shameless later. Why I look down on this crowd, these guys. Bitcoin is truly a good thing. I've realized Bitcoin is truly good. I got slapped in 2012, kept making wrong turns. Then in 2015, I bought a lot of Bitcoin. Then in 2016, I lost that paper note. To this day, in 2017 on Twitter, I forgot which year, 2017 or 2018, I tweeted, damn, lost the note. Still haven't found that note. I'm just hoping for quantum computers to appear. That's Bitcoin's problem, brothers. Does Bitcoin have problems? Think dialectically. Look at this issue dialectically. Bitcoin, I said, is technically perfect. It's truly for mining, really finite. There will only be so much Bitcoin worldwide. Isn't that just? Isn't this the hype effect? Like Lao Wang's stock market effect. Stocks are limited. But money and people keep growing. That shows in the stock's exchange rate. Its price keeps rising. Bitcoin is the same. Bitcoin won't increase. But more will realize its investment value. Even mainstream like Rothschild will join. So how can Bitcoin's price fall? Every dip is just a rational correction. Alright then, here comes the problem. Here's the problem. When mainstream society values Bitcoin, even as its price rises, more junk coins and scams will appear. Everyone, be careful. Not scamming you for 3 million. Shai Shanning won't scam you for that. Shai is very ethical in this circle. Lao Wang, did he catch your video with Xiao Lu? I'd still give you $1 billion USD. If there's a video, why? I'll explain later. This circle has those with no bottom line. You'll see Shanning has a bottom line. He's already got a line in this game. So more will rush into this circle, claiming they have blockchain too. You can't mine Bitcoin. So mine instead. This is why gold is valuable. Silver less so. Bronze, scrap metal even less. Why? It's all the same principle. Huang Jinxiao made a point. Huang Jinxiao. Copper and iron are abundant. It's that simple. Bitcoin has a limited supply in this world. It has the highest mining difficulty. Once mined, it's gone. And it's Bitcoin. It's the pioneer of this industry. That's the original ancestor. How could you possibly replace it? Only Ethereum is the number 2. It can somewhat balance with it. The remaining old coins, original coins have a chance. Those with over 10 years of history have a chance. You say those minted in the last 2 years. What else are they but scrap metal? Unless backed by the US government or someone like Musk. He says he'll use it as Mars legal tender in the future. That's different. If that's the case, the value will rise, because it has advertising effect. Other than that, there's no effect. I look down on this circle of people. Yesterday I commented on Sun. Didn't comment. Yesterday I commented on Xiao Changpeng. I don't highly respect him, but I didn't kick him when he was down. I measured all my words carefully, including his family, his shady dealings, his embarrassing matters. I didn't say why he is sitting in prison. He became a puppet. Why are you saying this? Right? Why I despise this circle. I'm not targeting Xiao Zhao, or Xiao Zhao and Xiao He. I'm not saying that. They are exceptions. I look down on everyone in this circle, not targeting the Zhao family. I despise all. Why is the most moral person in this circle? It's Shai Shanning. You heard it right. I cursed Zhang Shuiying every day. Cursed for a month. Made Zhang Shuiying depressed. Cursed until he surrendered. Finally cursed back at me. But Shanning has the most principles in this circle. And that's why he can't succeed. Shai Shanning is mocked by the younger generation. Because he can't be as bad as others. Got it? He is Xiang Yu. He also followed Liu Bang to rebel. Even Xiang Yu couldn't defeat Liu Bang. Because Liu Bang has no principles. You, Shai Shanning, came from CCB's investment bank. You're a main founder of IHA Capital. How can you compete with them? You have genetic suppression in your damn head. Why do I say there's genetic suppression? Though I often joke about genetic suppression. Let me give you specifics. Look, no matter how Shai Shanning curses me, Shai Shanning is almost driven mad. Yes, cursed by me for a month. No matter how Xi Shanning curses me, Xi Shanning never said Wang Jizhou isn't a founder. EA Capital is nothing. At most, he mentions EA Capital. It only has 20 or 30 people. He doesn't dare say EA Capital did nothing. He doesn't dare say it. He has never said it. He also never said Wang Jinrong wasn't the founder. I'm not EA Capital's vice president. He never said that. He only said Wang Jinzhou is from Hebei. He has a big gap in his teeth. Because he has no money, he can't get his teeth fixed. He's living a miserable life in Vancouver. Take Lai Changqing, for example, or Gao Feng. Look how miserable those extradited people are. They're all fixing roofs now. That's the life Wang Jinru ended up with. Sigh, this is her strongest counterattack. It ends here. This is Xi Shanning's moral bottom line. Xi Shanning knows he didn't make up stories about my wife or kids today. Why a gentleman's fight has its limits. This is Xi Shanning's limit. This is why he can't succeed. Small details reveal the big picture. The crypto world has no moral bottom line. The one with the highest ceiling in crypto is now sitting in a Seattle prison. Did his mistress have 3 kids for him? Did his legal wife have 2 kids, and they're not even divorced? Just this point alone, and we've completely lost. Including Shanning, let alone me, we're utterly defeated. If I had no limits with women, how many kids would I have by now? You can imagine. I have no chance in Canada. But if I went back to China, girls 24 years younger than me, could I fill a whole street with them? Have kids? Bring on the Spurs team. They'd all have my DNA anyway. Why do they have a bottom line? After having them, will there be drama? Will there be fights? Will the family be a mess? Siblings turning against each other, eternal hatred, is that what you want? On the day you die? On the day of your damn funeral? Your so-called loved ones will be fighting. They'll be glaring at each other. Are you busy enough? Are you creating good karma, or building bad karma for the next life? They can't figure this out. Once you understand this, you'll have a bottom line. Even Shanning doesn't have it. He never had 2 wives at the same time. He ends things with the last one, divorces, then marries the next. He doesn't maintain both relationships at once. He doesn't even keep the legal ties, then publicly call the next one his wife, and have a bunch of kids. The next one has 3 kids to outdo the last's 2, then the next has 4. It's a competition. This is their bottom line, which is having no bottom line at all. The next will surely have 5. When this one gets old and loses her looks, if he hadn't had an accident, he'd definitely come with 5 others. It's just a matter of time, because these are the top-tier people in this circle. These are the highest standard in this circle. He said, "Old Wang, are you a decent person?" "Are you?" Because in my last live stream, I said, whether it's Manager Zhao in the crypto circle, or Manager E, they're not that decent. Saying, "Old Wang, you seem to claim you're decent." That's right, we, who entered the capital market 10 years earlier, we are not decent. We also manipulate the market and coordinate between primary and secondary markets. But as I said, it's like I don't have illegitimate children. Before we coordinate the markets, we always simulate real positive news hitting the market. Our entry and exit ensure at least 3 times the gains. Am I wrong? All investors make at least 3 times during this. As for where it falls after 10 years, that's not my concern. But during this process, no one should lose. I won't allow a single investor to lose money. Why? Because we all live together. That's my bottom line. I think I'm already shameless as hell. I'm downright disgraceful. But they're 1,000 times more shameless. In this process, we call it IPO, they call it ICO, and run away. How the hell can this happen? Out of 1,000 products, 990 end like this. Am I wrong? Is there any bottom line? I am a thief, I admit it. But I'm Robin Hood. I only steal from China Construction Bank. And only profit from Xiaojicoin. Then I let investors make money instead. Investors praise me in stock forums. So I dare not delete comments today. I dare to show my real name and face on YouTube. Does anyone else dare, in the crypto circle? Anyone else boasting? Is there even one person who dares? Am I telling the hard truth? Dare to not delete comments? Even Shanning changed, and started deleting comments. Of course, he deletes because I cursed him. When I don't curse him, he dares not delete comments either. He dares not delete because he's already given up. At worst, he scammed 3 million. That's no big deal. he only scammed 3 million at most. So, does Shai Shanxing have a bottom line? The biggest creditor he scammed is only 3 million RMB. Damn, Shai Shanxing is like the Virgin Mary, a white lotus. That's why he can't make any money. How do these bastards play? They open their own exchange, then do their own ICO, designing a fake blockchain. Fake, of course, they print it themselves. They take, say, 1 million coins. Or 3 million, they take 1.5 million. Then release 1.5 million on the chain. Let newbies speculate and drive up the price, then dump their 1.5 million and run away. Damn. I was completely stunned when I saw this. Because our IPO, whether it's for 3 million or a bunch of, our IPO, whether it's in the US, or on NASDAQ, or in Shanghai, Shenzhen is the most chaotic and lax, the most market-driven. Our IPOs are all handled by the exchange, a state-run exchange. The SEC is always watching you, you can't mess around. Otherwise, there are a bunch of investors. They'll make noise and report you. On their Binance chain, on their Huobi chain, on whatever the hell Bitcoin China chain, the stuff they put on the chain. I ask you, is anyone regulating it? Who's regulating it? You guys are the newcomers. I'm the grandpa. I'm outdated. I drive an ox cart. You drive cars. You drive electric cars. You are my teachers. Fine. Impressive. Teaching my old generation a lesson. Who regulates? Before the SEC arrested CZ, was the US regulating? Except in 2019, when the Communist Party used the police to arrest you all. Was China regulating before that? To this day, is Russia regulating? Is Saudi Arabia regulating? You're just a bunch of wild-growing little punks, am I wrong? Little punks with no bottom line at all. In this process, how many people have you scammed into ruin? How many young people playing with you ended up depressed, bipolar, committing suicide? Don't you face any karma? I, Wang Jinzhou, have restructured so many listed companies, not a single one jumped off a building. The impressive ones made 7 times their money. On Cuba, left messages on my blog to piss me off. That guy from Shanghai, the one surnamed Ding, said, "Old Wang, I made more money than you. I made 7 times. I'm gonna piss you off, and I won't even say you're good. I'll still vote against you." Damn it, I ask, is there any justice? No justice. Why? Because I knew I was the only major shareholder voting no. I wanted my name in this company's restructuring history. A yes vote is just a number, but a no vote has a name because I was the only one who voted no. Damn, I call you my master, but you're so damn twisted. You're miles ahead on the path of SM. Shit, you're whipping me. Fine, you win. This is our capital market. Our stock market has a bottom line. We navigate freely, we gallop with our minds. But we'd never do the things they do. Those damn shitty things, you know? So they're all here pretending to be Mother Mary. Acting like innocent lilies. Only teacher Zhai Zhai, who admits he's a scammer, is the real innocent lily in this circle. But he also says I'm a scammer, and after I scam you, you should reflect on yourselves. People like Sun Yuchen, Zhao Changpeng, that little foreigner with the afro, Sam. I'm just a homebody. My life's desire is to drive a Cora, and a used one at that, bought for $6,000. Look, I'm worth tens of billions now, and I'm still driving this. Damn. I've never seen such a shameless person. They're all like this. Isn't Xiaoyi still playing innocent on Twitter? I'm just someone who does yoga. I have never seen such a shameless person. Aren't you just the road crew captain? From Lao Zhai's company, Xiaozhang, isn't that the same thing? Damn, what are you pretending to be? You just got bigger, that's all. Alright. The crypto world has no bottom. Its wickedness knows no bounds. No good people. So, as the granddaddy of the capital markets circle, I think the SEC arresting them is a good thing. Finally, someone is reining them in. If no one controlled them, Bitcoin would rise every single day. Remember what old Wang says today. Bitcoin's design means it must rise daily. Bitcoin's daily rise is the scam's flagpole. Because that flag keeps rising. Scumbags under it will endlessly scam you. Because Bitcoin is too expensive. You can't afford it. So you think, aha, I'm so clever. Damn, I'm so smart. How can I chase Bitcoin? I know there's another future Bitcoin here. This is how scammers fool you. An old lady gets scammed on the street. Your grandma gets scammed. Your great-grandma gets scammed. Why? The scammer has a little gold Buddha. I just dug it up, from our family well. Give me 5,000, and I'll sell it to you. Your grandma gets scammed. Why? She thought she found a shortcut. Bitcoin will rise daily, remember that. Today, of course, it might drop sharply, but don't be afraid. Don't sell at a loss. Hold and forget. Like I forgot about that note I threw away. Forget it, and it rises daily. The money on that note is now more than my own. But I trust that wallet, because it's a cold wallet. It can't be lost either. Someday a hacker will help me recover my password. Someday. Generation after generation, endlessly. If not my son, then my grandson. My grandson will have grandsons, and they will have sons. Someday it will be recovered. So Bitcoin's long-term bull market is inevitable, because it's digital gold, and its supply keeps shrinking. Given that premise, scammers with no morals will keep designing scams. You think you're being clever, but you're just falling into their trap. Get it? Everyone knows gold is valuable. But buying at market price feels too expensive. So they go looking for bargains. There are no bargains. Every bargain is a scammer's trap. So, to be real, if you want to buy into the crypto market, don't try to be clever. Just buy Bitcoin itself during its dips. Everything else follows it. Never buy those new ICO tokens. Don't trust anyone promoting them, not even if Lao Wang promotes them. Why? I've told you, they're all fake. Now, maybe 1 in 1,000 ICOs becomes a future star. Sure, I don't deny that. It could happen, but do you think you're that lucky? Will you pick that 1 in 1,000? So who's suited for the crypto market? Say you're a young person thinking about the future. Can I invest in this market? Dedicate myself to it? Yes, first. Are you shameless? You must have no moral bottom line. You must be willing to betray your wife in a heartbeat, or your husband. With that moral standard, you're perfect for this market, because this market is full of such people. To win here, you must be worse than them. That's the first thing. Second, you must have nothing to lose. Because wealth breeds a sense of shame. If you have wealth or status, you can't do this. So, you say, damn, Lao Wang, I just got back from northern Myanmar. I came back with nothing. Congratulations. You're perfect for this industry. You can totally do this. This isn't a big, formal industry. Everyone's just putting things on the blockchain, doing ICOs. You can just create your own token. Hey, or even find a reputable person, someone at my level, Lao Wang, like Shui Manzi or Wuyue Sanren. That level of fame is enough. Have them endorse your new coin. Give it a catchy name. Then have a drink and walk away. That's what you should be doing. Understand? Only this type of person belongs in crypto. As for the others, like Lao Zhao or Sun Yuchen, what about them? They're already in the game. What if they're already in it? For those already in it, people like them have 3 possible outcomes. First, go to the United States. Turn yourself in voluntarily. You're already established. If you're just starting out, if you just came back from northern Myanmar, the Americans won't bother with you. But if you've grown as big as, say, Sun Yuchen, then you should go to the US. It's your best option. Admit defeat, pay the fine. Serve a few months in prison. Show excellent cooperation, cry your eyes out, hand over the super admin to the Americans. Then you're safe. You're all clean now. You can live comfortably for the rest of your life. Some say Zhao, old Zhao, will die without a grave. You're thinking of the US as too dark. I'll explain later why the US is good. The US is like Mr. Ho in a casino. Which Mr. Ho? Stanley Ho. Stanley Ho's casinos were shady back in the day. Murder and robbery. But Mr. Ho would never do that now, because he's long been established. So Mr. Ho follows rules. A gangster or not, he's definitely a big one. The casino business is run by old school gangsters. But Mr. Ho, if you win money, you can leave. The US has rules, like old Zhao, crying his eyes out, handing over everything you must. Your mistress comes over, your wife stays in Toronto, all under American control. Don't run around, just don't return to China. 4 months settled, a 50 million fine isn't much. How professional the Americans are. They precisely calculated Changping Zhao's cash. Courts and agencies meticulously calculated the money he and his ex-wife control. Finally, they tailor a deal for you, a 50 million fine. Not too much, not too little. It hurts you, but doesn't kill you. No need for that. Do the Americans need that 50 million? They leave you enough. Then your Binance becomes a state-owned enterprise. A state-owned enterprise, of the United States. That's the best outcome, the best destination. Why? Because in this world, it's not decentralized. Someone always controls it. So isn't Mr. Ho your best choice? The second choice, that's northern Myanmar. Mr. Xi. Mr. Xi runs casinos in northern Myanmar, including Mr. Pu. They're all rising stars. Mr. Su. By Suwaching. This. You enter this casino, you can lose money. Hey, but don't you dare win. If you win, a pit is dug for you. A bulldozer digs it, ensuring you're never found. They'll bury you flat. And tamp down the earth. Then what? You refuse to give the Bitcoin password? They'll slow roast your asshole. Don't worry, they won't use a blowtorch to char you. That would kill nerves. No pain. They'll slow roast your asshole. Hey, your recovery rate almost matches your damn injury rate. Hey, let's see how many days you can last. So this is Mr. Xi. Then there's Mr. Nei. Who? Mr. Nei? Netanyahu. Israel, you operate in the Middle East. Your crypto circle, you and the Arabs, you're pretty close with Gaza. They laundered money through you. Israel, that Mr. Israel will come for you. Between Mr. Na and Mr. Su, who has better morals? I don't know, so think, isn't Mr. E the best of these three paths? Mr. E, after the damn fine, he won't make you roll in the jungle of chaos. That so-called roll in the jungle of chaos, that's complete nonsense. No way, Changpeng Zhao would never roll in that jungle. So, these are their three paths to success. If you fail on these three paths, it's like I said. Either scam people and disappear, then no one knows you. But don't let your big investors find you. Because you did such terrible things, those big investors you scammed will find you, and bury you. So why is Zhai Xianing safe now? Because the biggest investor lost 3 million. That's the biggest loss. Even if old Wang scammed several people for 3 million. The power of a 3 million loss is limited. So my prediction was right again. I said Zhai Xianing scammed you for 3 million. You won't get a red notice for that. Red notches have order and levels. Your case isn't big enough for a red notice. I've been in capital markets for 30 damn years. Don't I know? You won't get a red notice. Those well-connected guys you know in Beijing will just scam you for another 3 million. You get scammed for 3 million again. Because of your IQ. Your financial IQ. You don't understand the world enough. You pay tuition again. Zhang Xiaoying took your first tuition. Then that 3 million guy takes your second tuition. Red notice tuition. Then you're left dumbfounded. You vanish from the internet. So what is this called? This is called the world. This is called society. It's not that the US has no people. The US has people too. I keep telling you, the US is a lot like China. What China has, the US has too, but the US difference is Mr. E. Northern Myanmar has evolved to world class. They've built a Venetian resort. The grandsons of those bosses are now in charge. So Mr. E operates with rules. Don't make it too painful. If it's too painful, the whole nation, with 14 carriers, will crush you. But if it's roughly acceptable, they follow the rules. Understand? That's just how it is. The world isn't that complicated. Some can't stand it. Call me a propagandist. You say the US is bad. Did I say the US is bad? Is what I said considered bad? I'm just telling the damn truth. Even the US president would say, this guy actually knows a thing or two. Damn it. If you say I'm badmouthing the US, you're either not in the US. Or you're at the very bottom there. That's why you're so extreme. Digital gold has its value limit. Right, it has a limit. But do you know where that limit is? The limit depends on how many people join. Physical gold hasn't skyrocketed either. Physical gold hasn't skyrocketed. Are you a complete idiot, saying something like that? What value does physical gold even have? What's the value of physical gold, besides gold teeth? Some artificial organs, and industrial uses needing stable conductors. What real value does it have? Compared to its industrial value, it's already skyrocketed many times over. Alright, I won't even talk about this idiot. Kick him out of the community. Yeah. We've been talking for an hour now, wasted a whole hour. So now the crypto world says, and the US says too, the essence is clear. I hope you all understand. Zhao Wei from the Golden Triangle. I don't know Zhao Wei. I'm not familiar with that circle. But I know Peng. That tells you my standing in Myanmar. I know Peng. Peng and I were at a small villa in Dongzheimen, Beijing. He was with the China Strategic Development Research Association. I was the sponsor for that association. I donated 1 million RMB to them. Because they couldn't afford the rent. Damn. It's embarrassing to say. Damn, that's the world for you. Hard to believe, right? An organization with that kind of background. Sigh, what was that villa in Dongzheimen called? Donghu Villas, rented a small place. Couldn't even afford a 2-story house. Unbelievable. So old Peng stayed there in Beijing. Sometimes at the Tianlong Dynasty Hotel, sometimes at that villa. I bet he stays at the Kunlun Hotel now, because old Peng had no money back then. So he could only afford the Tianlong Dynasty. He had to pay himself. The state security wouldn't fund him. It's different now. He's taken over all of northern Myanmar, so now it's probably the Kunlun Hotel, and it has to be a suite, room 1425, no less. So, Lao Wang, where do you buy actual Bitcoin? That's a great question. It leads to a new problem. If you're on an exchange, as long as your money is there, you're not safe. Even Coinbase isn't safe. They can do anything, but now it's a bit safer. The US SEC is watching them daily. A big watchdog is on them. That's good for us. Buy on an exchange, then transfer to a cold wallet. Don't leave it on the exchange. If you do, that money isn't really yours. If they go bankrupt one day, you'll be crying out with no help. No one will answer. You can buy Bitcoin ETFs. But with Bitcoin ETFs, well, it's the same. Trading is very flexible. ETFs are better for regular folks, but don't trade frequently. Frequent trading goes against investment wisdom. Why hasn't Lao Wang entered the crypto space? Someone of my generation, would I do what Shui Manzi did? Launch a scam token? A worthless coin? If I wanted to, I'd start at Shui Manzi's level. Well, I'm not bragging. If I were in LA, or Vancouver pushing some coin, I could hold meetups for 100 people. I could launch it. But is it necessary? I have a family and kids. My brother, the people around me. I can't scam them. The instigator leaves no legacy. So I won't do it. Let me put it this way, why do I say people are poor? Change only happens when desperate. That's when you adapt. That's the drive to act. Why am I so lazy? I just do YouTube, nothing else. Let me tell you something. It's simple. Put US dollars in RBC, or TD Bank's US deposits. You get 5.5% annually. Divide that by 12 months. You can't even spend it all. Right, we live a simple life. We don't have many illegitimate children, needing private jets to support them, or to please mistresses. We don't have those desires. Why would I do that? I'm telling the truth. Do you understand? This is financial freedom. After achieving it, it's not about endless desires. Desires are endless. You'll never be free. Well, freedom requires clear limits on desires. What kind of life do you want, once you achieve that life? Damn, I'd never launch a coin. I know I can't create value, like Bitcoin did. Any coin I launch would be a scam token. If I teamed up with those guys, and we launched a coin, Jai Shanning's White Lotus is the only honest coin, and then? If it's real, making money isn't that fast, not as fast as the fake one. If it's fake, the one who starts it will have no future. So just don't do it, understand? Does BNB still have value? It's definitely a casino. Exactly. How to put it? I just don't want to interfere with the market. I don't want to interfere with the market. But let me tell you, first, as long as the supply doesn't increase. Second, as long as more people come, it will rise. It's that simple. All financial products are that simple. Including Zongzi coin, Wash coin, Jai coin. They could all rise. As long as there are enough idiots. After the army of idiots rushes in, it makes smart people feel like losers. It slaps you in the face. And it strikes you with immense shame, slaps your face, shoves it into your mouth, makes you socially dead for life. Isn't that what I'm doing with Bitcoin? From Bitcoin itself, what value does it have? Satoshi Nakamoto invented that thing. If people don't accept it, it's just crap. Gold is the same. Gold is useless. It's worthless. Why is gold recognized? It's because you recognize it. What about others' acceptance? They accept it. You get slapped in the face. So this is the principle, understand? Bitcoin will rise in the long term. It's just a rising process. Old John, you put it on an exchange, Bitcoin on an exchange, although you won't forget the password, but your money is taken by the US SEC. The first time they sued Zhao Changpeng, first charge 6 months ago, not an indictment, it's mixing and misappropriating client assets. Anyway, Zhao Changpeng did this. Anyway, isn't that what the SEC chairman said? They all do it. Of course, you still have it on the books, but behind the scenes, he's shuffling things around. Anyway, it's just like running a bank. He just ensures withdrawal liquidity. But if everyone withdraws at once, the incident with the Afro guy will happen. FTX goes bankrupt. It's a bank run that collapses it. Of course, when the Afro guy went bankrupt, Zhao Changpeng also stepped on him. Damn, this guy is not decent. At that time, he first withdrew Binance assets from FTX. Damn, it really exploded. But Binance didn't go bankrupt or to jail. No one targeted him. So of course, there's no one bigger than him. Or similar to him. Now they're all regulated. Coinbase can do it, but Coinbase doesn't dare to move. Alright, goodbye. Definitely misappropriate to allow withdrawals. Old Zhang spoke well. It's because we don't have enough money. If we had more money, he wouldn't let us withdraw. I'm on, damn, not Coinbase, on another exchange. I can't withdraw now either. My exchange also has it. The machine is broken today. It's still Canadian. The machine is broken today. Tomorrow. Damn system upgrade. Damn it. I just wanted to let it go. Crap. So there are no good people in their circle, even with Canada's strict regulations. They pull this on you. If you withdraw 1,000 or 2, or 5 or 6,000, hey, they don't care. But if you try to withdraw more, hey, damn, they won't send the 2FA code. They'll say the machine is broken, just dragging it out day by day. Alright, goodbye. They just force you offline.